children. It's Pastor Matthew here for our children's praise lesson. We're looking at Catechism question 64 today. We're going to learn about how we should love one another, and by doing this, we're going to look also at the fifth commandment again. So here's the question in question 64. Now we're on number 5 of the 10 commandments. It says this: what does the fifth commandment require? What are we supposed to do because of the fifth commandment? The fifth commandment requires us to respect and treat others, whether above, put your hand real high, below, put your hand real low, or equal to us, as their position or our relationship to them demands. So, does that make sense? Did you get the part where I was doing that with my hands? We're supposed to take care of people. The word here says respect. But that also just really means love or take care of somebody or respect them, right? Those who are above us, those who are below us, and then those who are just like us, right here at the same level, okay? That's what we're supposed to do in the fifth commandment. So, look at this picture here. Do you see the difference? What is the difference between these two people? Well, one's taller and one's shorter. One's younger and one's older, right? So you probably see a lot of people that are older than you. Everywhere you look, most people, I bet, are taller than you and older than you. And that means you're supposed to respect them, because the Bible calls us to respect our elders, especially, as we've been learning, our mom and dad. We need to respect them. So those are those people that are way up here. Well, look at this picture. What's the difference between this woman and the other woman? Well, they're both pretty tall, but one still is older. And so the younger woman is supposed to respect the older woman. But it's not always that way. It's supposed to go the other way too. Even people that are littler than us, we're supposed to respect them, right? Just in a different way. Do you have a little brother or sister? Or maybe someone in your family or your extended family is a little baby, and we relate to them in a special way too. So what you see from this picture is you have a whole spectrum of people, from tiny, tiny little babies to grown-up adults, and then even to really, really older people who have a lot of wisdom and been around for a long time. We all are in different stages of life, but what we're told is that, the Catechism says, respect and treat others, whether above, put your hand low, or below, or right next to us on our shoulder, the same age as us. If you look around, you see all your friends right now, and you all are about the same age. So you're also supposed to respect each other, but a little bit in a different way because you're the same age. Here's our Bible verse about this. Now, I'm not going to read you the story. I want your teacher to show you the story of the Good Samaritan. But before you learn the story, let me show you the beginning of the story. It's in Luke 10:25. It says that a lawyer came and put Jesus to the test and said, "Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?" And he said to him, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" And he answered, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind. And," here's the big verse, "and your neighbor as yourself." And he said to him, "You have answered correctly. Do this and you shall live." But the man didn't like that answer from Jesus, and he wanted to make sure that he made himself look really, really good, like he was a good, loving person. And so, trying to justify himself, he said, "And who is my neighbor?" So that's the question I'm going to leave you. Who is your neighbor? Do you know who your neighbor is above you and who your neighbor is below you and who is your neighbor right next to you? That's going to be the story of the Good Samaritan. So learn the story of the Good Samaritan.